What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 19.1 Comics Remixed. I'm Junior alongside
David Sanchez.
Welcome. I took your line.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. See, I couldn't help but say it.
I just want to put out there, it feels good to be doing this because it feels like forever since we've sat behind the counter again and done an episode. It's almost a month.
Your review videos, how come you don't wear pants?
I had shorts on now, sitting on the couch, man. I knew I was going to get shit for that. You know what? I even said it. I was like, you know what? I'm wearing my scrubs. I don't care. I'm comfortable. You know, they're actually long shorts that go past my knees.
You might as well just keep shaving your head, but grow out a ponytail and get like that long hoop earring as your piercing and just be comic book guy. Might as well.
Nah. Well, in my defense, today, this new batch of reviews, I recorded them here. Obviously, I was wearing clothes.
Thank you.
So...
Well, I appreciate that.
It's not about what I'm wearing, man. It's the reviews. Pay attention.
Hey, man, I'm wearing any minute now. Something's going to pop out of those shorts.
Nah, they're long shorts. Well, thank you, though.
Yeah, that's what I think
I'm
about.
glad you're waiting for that to happen.
That's what I think about when I look at you.
Ooh, boy.
So anyways, man.
This is what we do.
You're up on it. You've been reading Marvel Now. What's going on?
I know only as much as Marvel's been putting out there.
Yeah.
As far as the divide between the end of Avengers vs. X-Men to the beginning of Marvel Now, the time period, nobody knows. I heard rumor that it's like 6 months later or something. I don't know. I just wish Marvel would just be like, you know what? Let's revamp it.
X-Men Avengers just ended. You've laid out your frustrations on Facebook. Do you want to take some time right now to let us know?
I did it on my review.
Oh, yeah?
I did it on my review.
Sweet.
So you guys look out for that episode.
I like, you guys remember way back when I completely swore off AVX. I wasn't touching it. Even when we discussed our last episode, the Professor X death, it's like, who cares?
Exactly.
Long overdue.
I did mention that in my review as well.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Man.
Wait till you see it. I do have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
Did you read Civil War?
It got up to a point, and then I was like, eh.
Okay.
Because I remember we were discussing it, and I was telling you how it was becoming too obvious, like what's gonna happen, and then it led to that, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna spend any money on this.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All I'm gonna say is, AVX reminded me of Civil War, how it had a nice build up, but then the ending was just like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what you gave me. Like, it's like a roller coaster, and then you just, instead of coming down for the big drop, you just actually got pushed off the tracks.
Yeah,
like,
I get that somehow Civil War like led to AVX. It was
right. I mean, if you look at it as very overall,
yeah,
it was pretty good.
Yeah.
In hindsight, you know,
like it begat certain things. Others that led to this.
But for Civil War to end with Captain America just looking around, and be like, wow, we messed a whole lot of stuff up. I surrender. It's like, really? All that build up, all that fighting just for that?
That's already something that...
But that was like self-contained, but like you said, as opposed to the overall picture of it.
In earlier issues of Civil War, that's kind of something that he already realized.
Right.
There was certain issues where he was like, I'm a soldier, this is a war, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
except
like,
when he punched Frank Castle.
We don't kill. Yeah. But so for him at the end to just be like, wow, people are dying. Really?
Like, that happens every day in New York when somebody invades, when a new alien cosmic threat comes, people die.
Yeah.
You know, it happened in the Avengers movie.
I still say he should have just gone out in a fight of glory.
All right.
He should have.
Well, we're not getting
into
that AVX
we're
stuff.
getting off topic.
That's something else.
Some of the images that have been presented to us on this whole new Marvel Now, been kind of like a head scratcher. I think one that pops out, we were just talking about before the show, is a Hulk with armor. Do you think that's an answer to the fact that DC has come out and completely revamped all their characters, trying to make them like new and high tech and modern or futuristic, so to speak?
Not really. I look at it as, hey, we have this character, especially the Hulk, because I'm not a writer, but if I was, I think Hulk would probably be like my biggest challenge.
Right.
You know, because it's like, how do you continuously write a character like that, and how do you create new stories for a character like Bruce Banner Hulk? If your name is not Peter David, you're pretty much fucked.
Yeah.
Because Peter David knows what he's doing.
I personally believe he's been written out of the use of armor.
Right.
I mean, the World War Hulk, he wore it more as a...
But that was a different...
Yeah, it was a different...
like battle armor.
It was more like barbaric.
More
barbaric
symbolic,
type thing.
you know?
Like, why he needs high-tech underwear.
See, that... The only thing I can think of is maybe...
Like, if he goes out of control, just squeezes nuts.
The only thing I can think of for them giving him armored pants would be like, you know, Hulk tear the jeans, turn back into Bruce Banner, he's naked.
Right.
Now he's got the armor to kind of control it, and that's the only thing I can see.
Right, and I think you were talking about how it looks like something very Starkish.
Yeah, it's kind of Starkish, you know. It's not... It's like armored padding, you know what I mean?
See,
like
we thought of that.
Pieces, not actual armor. It's just certain pieces that he would put on.
That's weird.
It is. It's very weird.
Now, when you had told me that, right away I thought, well, you know who already kind of solved an issue like that, where like, if you're gonna stretch it out or do something, well,
Rob Liefeld?
Reed Richards already kind of came up with the costume,
stable molecules.
the
stable molecules.
I was gonna say the pinnacle of armor of a fighting costume.
Okay. Yeah.
You know. Because it can't be destroyed. Well, you just said it, the molecule thing. So it's like, why not just go into that direction?
Right.
You know, if I had a big monster character and I wanted someone to design pants for him, I'd probably have him go talk to Reed Richards.
Pretty much. Look, take a break from trying to save the world and cure AIDS. Hulk needs pants.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I get it, the whole stretchy thing, but if the armor opens up and starts shooting missiles out of it, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Somebody needs to be slapped.
And what do you think of the Nick Fury direction?
I see why they did it.
Right.
With the success of Marvel on the big screen, and them introducing Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, making him the black character, like they did in the Ultimate comic books, those movies, what they did, besides give us a hell of a good time as far as enjoyment, was bring in new readers, which was a big, big thing for the comic industry. In order to kind of save confusion, especially on the newer readers, the younger readers, it's kind of confusing when you come in and you're like, okay, wait, Nick Fury's a white guy, but in the movies he's black, and in these Ultimate comics he's black. Well, I don't get it. You know, why is there so many different versions of Nick Fury? So by them turning him black in the actual Marvel universe now, it makes sense, especially for those new readers.
But of course, you know, you got to talk about tradition now. Although the Nick Fury of old and what he's done for Marvel as a character,
of course.
How he was,
the name,
his creators, you know, like what where do they weigh in on all this? It's just like I'm sorry, this is the Nick Fury that has buying power. Enough said.
I could see that because Marvel is in that position where they can do that. They own their characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, I see... It's not like they just said, okay, well, now Nick Fury's black, that's it. They did make a series for it, and they explained how it happened. I mean, it's not the same Fury, obviously, with the skin pigmentation or something like that. This new Nick Fury is actually...
Michael Jackson just gets bleached out.
Pretty much. Michael? No, Michael. Michael? No, Michael. No, this new Nick Fury is actually the original Nick Fury's son. Before Nick joined S.H.I.E.L.D., when he was working for the CIA... He was courting someone of African American descent. Hence the reason why his son is black.
Cool. Right on, Nick Fury.
And then,
right on, Nick Fury Sr. Right. Senior Fury.
You should read the Fury Max series that's out right now. That dude's getting all types of tail.
Snaps.
It's very graphic too.
Now, one thing we were talking about this one gripe that I have is what is it, the 24-member group that they're gonna have?
Jonathan Hickman is relaunching one of the Avengers, but this book is simply called Avengers. There's no "the" before it.
If that doesn't scream JLA,
oh, of course,
I don't know what else does.
He says by the time they finish the first story arc, the roster should be about 24 characters in.
I don't know, man.
And they're making this a very diverse group.
That just it's. I'm sorry, it does scream like crazy DC all over it. Once again, I get why they're doing it.
No, not even JLA. DC, yes, not JLA. Legion of Superheroes. That's what it reminds me of.
/ Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a combination of the two. But that's kind of one of those things that in the 90s was pretty much choking out DC.
Yeah.
was having like all those characters trying to combine their first, second, and third tiers and all bunch them up into one, and now it's to the point where they just kind of like have 7 to 11 man groups and just different books.
I think that's another thing too. Marvel editors said, you know what, we've got 10 Avenger books, we're canceling them all. Let's do 3 and put all the characters in those 3.
Yeah,
you know,
that's not. I mean, the only thing that could actually come of that is okay, let's see which one of these guys appeals to the masses, and we'll probably make a movie out of him later.
I could see that.
And that's sad. That is very sad. But heed the warning, Marvel. That did not work for DC. They learned theirs.
It only worked in their Legion of Superheroes books,
yeah.
But you had to be a hardcore fan.
Yep.
And to this day, I'm not a hardcore Legion fan. I'm still really getting into it, and I'm still learning some of the characters, and it's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
It really is. I almost dropped the book because of that, but I was like, I'll give it a second chance.
Oh, man.
So,
yeah, man.
Anything else?
Bendis. Bending X books.
Bendis. That name has been tossed around over the last 10 years.
You did say you kind of wanted him to get off Avengers.
Oh, hell yeah. I agree.
But technically, is he?
Yes, I would say he is, because for the last about 10 years now, 8 to 10 years, Bendis has been doing nothing but Avengers books. But he's found his little slimy hands on other characters by making it. Daredevil was an Avenger.
Yeah.
Bendis wrote Daredevil before working on Avengers. And that was a great run. That was great. But he kind of got to incorporate him then. Moon Knight was a secret Avenger for a while. Storm was an Avenger. Spider-Man's an Avenger. Thing is an Avenger. So Black Panther's an Avenger. So it's kind of Bendis' way of writing everybody without really writing everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the only ones he really never touched were the X-Men characters, besides Wolverine and maybe Beast and Storm.
Yeah.
But him finally leaving the Avengers books, I think, is good, because it gives somebody else a new direction, breathe new life into it. Not that Avengers, as far on a financial scale, needs new life, because Lord knows the movie just boosted the sales of the books astronomically. But him going over to the X-Men, I think, is something fresh. At first, the idea when we heard of all new X-Men, where it's the original 5 getting teleported to current time, it's it sounds cheesy. It's probably been done before, I'm sure. But when you really think about it,
it's Bill and Ted, man.
Yeah. But when you really think about it, it does seem pretty interesting. To have these older characters look at the newer characters, especially Cyclops, with the way AVX ended. Now he's got to face himself as a prick and just be like, wow, I'm responsible for the murder of the man I consider my father.
Yep.
So he has to now deal with that when he grows up, this is going to be him. And then there's that question of, well, now that he knows, is there a way that he can change the future? Can he prevent that? Is it still destined to happen? Who knows?
Suicide.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. Right, that.
What do you do? Do you fire your optic blast into a mirror?
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of. But it's the comic world, so it's a magic mirror that absorbs his optic blast.
It's a ruby quartz mirror.
He can never commit suicide.
It's a ruby quartz mirror.
That'd be an awful book.
You just go after Wolverine like, dude, I just drank your last beer. And do it. That'll do it. Until Thing just smoked his last cigar and the Jews are cheap.
No, because then they'll take him to some mystic island where there's some healer that's gonna put all his pieces back together.
Yeah.
Magneto's gonna be like, hey man, I know this guy. You should try him. You should try him.
Like, there's one time my head got cut off by Wolverine.
As a matter of fact, you cut it off.
Yeah, really. And then my clone came back, but it's all good now.
Look, now we're all friends.
Guy, this is great work.
Yeah.
Great work.
Do you see any stitches? No.
That's right. Because that guy over there is a psychic, and he's telepathically blocking you from seeing my stitches. And Beast made me an image inducer. I can keep this going.
You could, man. And he's got clones.
Dude, did you know Nightcrawler's dead?
I
just had to throw that out there.
Did he get killed in Excalibur?
No, he just got killed recently, I think. I don't remember. I read it somewhere. I was just like, whoa, he's dead?
I remember we talked about this off camera, and I was like, well, how long has Nightcrawler been dead so far?
I don't remember.
And you can answer it.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he died in Excalibur.
Oh, well, should have.
Yeah.
They found a way around it, though.
They will.
Because the Age of Apocalypse version of Nightcrawler's a member of X-Force.
Did they ever explain Joseph?
Yeah, he was a clone.
Magneto, but no. How was he created?
He probably explained it, and I just...
Did they explain that, people?
I'm not sure. They did.
Well,
anywho, moving on.
Talk about Marvel groups.
Thunderbolts. The new Thunderbolt lineup. Did you check that out?
I'm actually surprised that thing is still going on.
Yes and no.
Dude, man. Thunderbolts
yes and no.
is hanging in there.
Issue 174 was the last issue of Thunderbolts, and with 175 it was retitled Dark Avengers.
Right.
And it's got a whole new roster now. But this new Thunderbolts book that's coming out under the Marvel Now banner, whole new team, whole new concept, and they play on the word Thunderbolts. The leader of the group is the Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross. See how they did that there?
Yeah.
Now, as far as members, Thunderbolt Ross, obviously.
Okay.
Elektra.
Okay.
Deadpool. Like they need him on there.
Yeah.
There's somebody else I can't remember. And one of the most surprising ones, the Punisher.
So they're assassins?
Pretty much.
They're a hit team.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
Uh,
What do you think about them apples?
I think it's weird. It sounds weird.
Mm.
As far as picking it up, am I interested in reading about all those characters together? Probably not. Not so much. I mean, this is pretty much what they did with X-Force.
Yeah.
It sounds like the same thing when Sacco was like, all right, you guys are my hit squad.
Right.
Everybody wear black.
Pretty much.
Let's get out of there.
Now they're doing
Let's get out
two
there
X-Force
and do it.
books. Cable and X-Force and Uncanny X-Force Volume 2.
Really?
Yeah. The Cable and X-Force books, obviously Cable's part of it. It's Cable, Colossus, Forge, Domino, and Dr. Nemesis.
Colossus no Warpath?
No
Warpath dead again?
I don't know.
Leave him alone, people.
Those characters are basically outlaws. They're on the run.
Because of Cable?
I don't know. No, Bishop. Because Bishop went doo-doo, and he's actually hunting them. Bishop's a villain now.
Oh, I was going to say, because he's always crazy.
No, Bishop's a villain. And the other X-Force, the X-Force Volume 2, Uncanny X-Force Volume 2, is a team led by Psylocke. And
see, now Bishop, a bad guy, that sounds interesting.
yeah,
that's probably one
he's
of
been
the
a
most...
bad guy for a little while now. Ever since Hope was born, actually, that's the reason they threw her in the future for Cable to raise. And
I know,
Bishop
he was
went
chasing
after
her.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is his return now.
But then again, I mean, was it so wrong for him? Because she did end up, with the whole Phoenix thing. Didn't she bring back the whole Phoenix Force and all that?
No, she didn't bring it back. She was destined to be its it's Host.
Yeah,
It's Host. And then when Tony fragmented the Phoenix Force into the 5 and went to the Cyclops and all of them, but you got to read AVX 12 to see what happens with that. I mean, you know, I'll tell you off camera because no spoilers.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what happens.
I still sucks. Okay.
You still suck?
No, I said it still sucks. No. How they took down Namor, I thought was very lame.
Yeah, but I did like when Namor broke Hulk's arm.
Damn it! Thank you, Junior. Oh, I wouldn't have read it.
There you go.
No.
Red Hulk.
Yeah.
You broke it, like the bone popped out and everything.
Yeah,
like,
see, that's a cop out. I want to. Everybody.
They
knows.
waited till issue 11 for the first page has Captain America standing there giving this huge speech. You see like all the other Avengers, like they're in the mountains somewhere in the Quinjet Park, and everybody's just kind of hanging out while Cap does this thing. He's giving this huge speech about how they need this guy, and it's time he joined the fight because he can turn the tides, blah, blah, blah. This huge, like, let's go to war speech, right? You turn a page, it's the Green Hulk. He's like, Hulk will smash for you. And that's it. They bring him in issue 11, and that's it. He has no lines, no nothing. He's barely ever there. Like, he's, like, drawn in the background.
That's dumb.
It was just an excuse to bring him in so people don't be like, well, why didn't they put the Green Hulk in there?
Oh, my God. Well, anyways, back to Thunderbolts. Did they explain that whole Thunderbolt Ross team?
Nothing has been explained from Marvel Now yet. Really nothing besides, you know, hey, this is a team about this, and that's it. The bare minimum.
Can I even ask, like, why is Ross in the spotlight? Like, why? Why was it such a great idea to make him into a Red Hulk?
I don't know.
From all the issues that you read that involved the Red Hulk in it, is it relevant? It's not, right?
No. Let's move on, man. This Marvel Now stuff. We'll have more about it.
It sounds like it's getting me
We'll
frustrated.
have more Marvel.
And I'm just asking questions.
We'll have more Marvel Now stuff next week because next week is the release of Uncanny Avengers #1. First Marvel Now book. With like 19 variant covers.
God.
Well, I'm exaggerating. Honestly, there's like 14. I swear to you.
Oh, 5 off.
Because we need a Deadpool Call Me Maybe variant.
Oh.
And we need a Deadpool Call Me Maybe sketch variant. Your boy Daniel Acuna's got a variant though.
Yeah?
It's a nice variant.
I'll check it out, man.
That one's a nice one. But yeah, seriously, there's like 12, 14 covers.
Is it a
Plus
real character?
just no. They're just different covers.
So they're all just Deadpool doing different
No.
things?
But there is one, I will say one of the ones I had to pre-order them, man. Midtown Comics exclusive variants. If you guys are into collecting variants and stuff, go to midtowncomics.com right now. They're doing pre-orders for a J. Scott Campbell image. It's 3 covers. They all connect to make one gigantic image. The variant covers for Avengers #1, Uncanny Avengers #1, and All New X-Men #1.
That sounds like it's something nice to frame.
It's pretty cool. They'll make a litho of it.
That's a very 90s thing, though.
They'll make a litho of it.
That's freaking Jim Lee on X-Men.
That's when you go to C2E2 or Wizard World and see J. Scott Campbell. He'll have prints of that.
Yeah.
And then you get him to sign it and frame that.
There you go.
But moving on. Short side note here, because we're kind of rambling a little bit. At 89 years old, Stan Lee is finally having, it seems, some health complications. Not like that we were like waiting for it, but it was expected. Come on, Stan Lee.
Well, he had a pacemaker, so something happened on the down low.
Yeah, he actually, I knew it was something because after Wizard World, he canceled all his other conventions.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, okay.
And he was expected to launch his own convention.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that got off the ground.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
So I know the person he was in partner with is probably crying.
Well, the only way that is gonna happen is he just agrees to put his name on it, and he gives her the what's her name?
I forgot her name.
But he gives her.
But would it really draw that many more people knowing that Stan Lee's not gonna be there just because it's named after him?
Well, that's just it. If he's just gonna sit in a chair. Really quick.
It's like saying Marvel books sell more because it says Stan Lee presents on the book. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a shit.
It used to.
Yeah.
It used to matter.
Back when comics were affordable.
Yeah.
What can you do? Finally, for this episode, you want to take that one?
Archaia.
Archaia. How many of you guys remember Archaia Comics?
This is the book where they teamed up with Jim Henson.
Yes.
Jim Henson Company.
Yes, it was called
an Eisner Award.
It was called A Tale of Sand by the Jim Henson Company. Yes, they teamed up. They produced the book, and back at San Diego 2012 this year, they actually won the Eisner Award for it, and that was like the #1 book.
But the thing with Archaia, they went into a total different market, trying to promote a lot of their books in the more retail settings of a Barnes and Noble, of bookshops. They went more for the bookshops, and not going for the comic book shops. They were putting out the hardcovers, the more coffee table style book, not realizing that when it comes to comics,
you gotta hit the comic shops
because
first.
those are more like specialty items to us. That's more like I'd probably get that on a birthday, or I'll probably get that for Christmas. But they look nice,
right?
And the books are very
still
classy.
they're aesthetic.
Yeah, they got the Mouse Guard. What are some of the other books?
Stuff of Legend.
Yeah. It's very good stuff. Very well written. The artwork is very beautiful, but it's not something that a comic book collector would probably slip in with his weekly pulls. Or
exactly.
Like yeah,
exactly.
It's not that.
But yeah, after 4 months, 4 months after they won the award, they've been quiet. Like you said, they went through this company, PGW, I believe it's called.
Yeah, that's the distributor.
That's the distributor
to Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, exactly. They went through them, I guess.
I'm guessing now half-price books.
Yeah, really. And I guess they learned that it wasn't the right move, so now they've recently started advertising in Diamond Distributors Previews magazine. So it looks like they'll be making a strong comeback. And then there was also a lot of creative shifts behind the scenes. The co-owner, and he was recently a VP of Business Affairs, who was just named now President and COO. So, I mean, usually when they have big creative shifts like that, when a company that's not really on the map, it does push stuff back.
Yeah, someone got bought out, something.
Yeah, there's always something.
Yeah.
But
one thing I just want to ask, sorry to cut you off, is if they were going that route with and taking into consideration the work that they do put out, if they were going to go into mostly just bookstores, why not just sell themselves as like a children's book illustration company or a children's book publishing company?
Right.
Why not do that? Why say, oh, we do comic books? When it's obviously you're not even going to put much into marketing toward or advertising toward comic book collectors, except for the occasional stop at a comic book convention.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, they were at C2E2.
Yeah, they had a guy in a stand. Remember that?
Yeah.
That guy looked bored as hell.
No.
It wasn't, you know.
They did have a nice. They had a nice location where they were set.
Right
they were
in
like
front.
right dead, right like the spotlights were on them. They were like a booth away from where the Marvel stuff was going on.
But it wasn't a huge booth. It was big. It was big.
They had a big banner.
Yeah, and it had
if
a
I remember
banner.
correctly.
It was that tent-ish looking type thing, wasn't it?
It was just like a big drop banner,
That's probably
and like a big counter, and then but it was a two-sided thing. You know what I mean? And they had a lot of they had a lot of coffee table books.
Yeah.
But they were getting a lot of attention. I will say that.
Yeah.
Who was that company? Remember?
Actually,
you actually gave me those comics. I think the character's name was Stone.
Was that Archaia?
I believe it was. I have to go home and look. I think I still have those.
No, you gave me those books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got them from Comic Cabin.
Really?
Yeah. There you go. Anyways, yeah. I mean, why even go the comic book route? Why even do it that way? They do Archaia, you guys do very beautiful stuff. It's just maybe you're just selling to the wrong people.
But it's all good though because now they're like I said they're coming back to the Diamond, so 2013 it's right around the corner, fresh start. So we wish you guys the best of luck. You guys do great stuff. Keep it up. Don't let you gotta what did Thomas Wayne say? You gotta fall down to get back up.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then he got shot.
He never got back up. He fell down. He didn't get up.
You try to
Neither
say
did Humpty Dumpty.
You try to say that and grab somebody, you're going to get shot too.
Yep.
You probably won't get shot.
No. Who knows? We live in Chicago, so you never know. Any closing things you want to throw in there?
No, just good luck, Archaia.
Yeah.
Marvel now, stop it. Stop it.
Stop it now.
It's a force of evil.
Well, we'll see. I think Marvel should have just bit the bullet and be like, you know what? I mean, no idea is original nowadays. The hell with it. Take a page out of DC's book and relaunch it. Nobody would have been mad if they would have been like, we're copying DC and doing a new 52. DC would have been like, okay, because how many times has DC copied Marvel?
At the same time, it's like, why even...
They're across the street from each other, for God's sake.
When it comes to Marvel, as far as like financial success, their movies have been fantastic.
And that's what I'm saying.
They really turned it around.
See, they could have did a what's that like? I can't think of the word, but they could have did some sort of trade where Marvel's like, all right, we'll help you with your movies if you help us with our comics. You know what I mean?
Something, because at comics now they're just kind of like the launch pad to the book. They're the advertising to the movie.
Exactly, and then for those that are not into the comics, when they see the movie, it brings them into the stores. So it's a cycle.
So why not just take more chances with your books?
But then again, you really can't say DC because that type of stuff is on a Warner Brothers level. Whereas since Disney owns Marvel, Disney's just all like, all right, tell us what you want to do, and we'll back you up, and that's pretty much it.
Right.
Disney has given Marvel so much room, so much elbow room, so much creative freedom, whereas DC's just like, hey, we're going to make a Batman movie. Warner Brothers is like, Ben Affleck. That's our answer to everything. I had to do that for
Ben
Smith.
Ben Affleck, Alf.
We're going to
think about it.
We're going to make a Jaws movie. The CGI, no. Ben Affleck plays the shark. That's Warner Brothers for you.
Warner Brothers.
So, and this is my argument. I don't need another one.
Maybe
this will forever be my argument.
Maybe, go ahead.
Warner Brothers fired Joss Whedon for making Wonder Woman.
Yep.
And then he got hired by Marvel and made Avengers. Enough said. Dumbasses.
Which Joss Whedon's take on Wonder Woman was really great.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And now he's rubbing it in their faces even more.
He modernized it. He took away the whole
they say DC I can't think of DC rules the small screen. Yeah. That's why Joss Whedon's like, oh yeah? Well, how about if I give you a S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show? Booyah. Yeah. Which I hope that leads into the Daredevil show.
Small screen versus big screen, I think we talked about this in one of our other episodes, but there's a difference in how much you get income-wise.
Oh, of course.
From one and the other.
Of course.
In the small screen, you're not paying multi-million dollars for a star. You don't have to
You're actually getting paid for the small screen because it brings in the ratings.
Well, you're making your money just off the advertising.
You're
charging people for airtime.
I was talking to another customer.
You can hire some kid who's really trying hard to break into TV. Freaking Smallville guy. He was an Abercrombie and Finch model. He wasn't an actor. He wanted it so bad. They didn't pay him a lot those first couple of seasons.
Yeah, and by the end of the show, he was directing some of the episodes.
Yeah.
But where's he at now? He made The Fog.
I'll take my shirt off and be in front of Abercrombie and Finch. They don't have to pay me. I'll just do it. Yeah.
You can go to the mall right now in front of the Abercrombie and Finch store.
I feel
so
self-conscious in front of that other male model, dude.
The mannequin?
Yeah.
Anywho. So I guess that's it. We were continuing this conversation in 19.2. So then, I'm still me, he's still him, we're still here. Thanks for watching.